If you want to know how to massively speed up the process of making thumbnails, you've come to the right video. In this video, I'm going to show you how to batch shoot over 50 different poses that you can use for thumbnails going forward. We're going to save them into a library and we're going to be able to use those thumbnails over and over again, and you're not going to have to worry about lighting or if you're in the right position or situation at the time to make a thumbnail, because you're going to have all of these ones sitting in your library ready to go. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I'm not a designer, and I found the process of making thumbnails stressful, time-consuming and a little difficult. And I often found that I was disappointed with the end result. Well, this thumbnail library has been an absolute game changer for me, and I think it will be for you too. What I'm also going to show you in the video is exactly how to shoot the thumbnails, exactly how to edit them. I'm going to give you tips for getting the best results, and I'm also going to provide a PDF download of all the shots for your convenience. That'll be in the link in the description below. Okay, let's get started. So before you start with the process, what you need to do is set up a few things to get the optimal thumbnails. So the first thing you want to start off thinking about is what's in your background. Now, the ideal scenario is to have perhaps a solid colour background, and then you want to wear clothing that contrasts with that background so you stand out. Now, when I originally shot these, I'll put some footage of that into the video. I've done this a few times and I wanted to do it a few different scenarios to show you guys that it doesn't really matter where you do it. But if you want the ideal scenario, the best thing to do is get a solid colour background with no stuff in it. But I'm going to do it on this one and edit it out later in Canva, removing the whole background and just leaving my image on the shot, just to show you that it can be done wherever you have the opportunity to do it. So whether you have a solid background or not, another thing you want to make sure of is that you have a contrasting colour to the background that you're shooting on. Now again, today I've got this dark blue t-shirt, I've got a black chair and then a sort of grey wall behind me, so I don't contrast that much. But you also need to think about what colours you want in your thumbnail, and I wanted a nice neutral, sort of less visible colour so it focuses more on the face and what you're doing in the thumbnail rather than your clothing. Lighting is also something you want to have. What I have over to my side here is a window, but I also have a large panel light there, and then I have a smaller panel light just literally where my finger ends there. I have a small panel light that's just lighting up the other side of my face because there's no light coming from this side. So you want to try and make sure that you've got good lighting. If you don't have professional lighting, what you want to use is just any light that you have. So you can use any sort of uplighter from your house, any kind of lamps, just something to light the scene up so it makes it a much better shot. And if you don't have any of that stuff that you're able to use, then natural light is great. Do it in front of a window or even go outside and do it. For equipment, I use the DJI Pocket 3 with the DJI Mic 2. But you can use your cell phone for this, or whatever you have. It really doesn't matter. You might need some sort of holder or tripod for your cell phone to make the shots good and make them steady and your phone to stay still. But use whatever you have, whatever type of camera you have. A really great thing to have is a timer. So if you have a feature on your phone where you can set a timer, that's perfect, because you need a few seconds to get ready for each shot, especially if you're following along with a video and trying to work out what is it that I'm trying to do while you're doing it. So have a timer, and if you can, for example for me, I have the DJI Pocket 3 and the DJI Mic 2, and the Mic 2 acts as a remote for the camera, so I can take the shot with the remote out of sight, and so I can activate the camera and activate the timer just by pressing a button on the remote. If you don't have that, on phones you normally have some sort of voice control that you can use. So you can say shoot, for example. You might need to set this up in your settings if it's not set up already. But it makes it very simple then to just say the word and then the timer starts, you get in the right pose and then it takes the shot. There's two different methods of doing this as well. The first method is to use a regular sort of camera with a still shot, a photograph. The only problem with that is that if you mess up the first photo and you don't realise until you come to actually look at all the photos later, then you have to go back and reshoot that photo. So If you're good on camera, which I'm not, then you can easily get a good pose and just take it, on the first shot, or maybe take multiple shots. But what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to take video of myself, and then I'm going to take that video into an editing program. I'm going to take stills from the video file, because then you can skip through frame by frame through the video file until you find exactly the right pose that looks the best, and then you can take a still from that. So that's what I'm going to do in this video. So you can either use still shots or you can use a video of each pose. Now you're going to want to prepare for the shots, of course. I've basically got up at 5 in the morning. I'm sitting here doing this video, so I'm slightly unprepared. But if you have the time, just take the time to do stuff, fix your hair, fix makeup if that's what you want to do. What clothing you're going to wear. Are you going to have other accessories, glasses, a hairband maybe to change your hairstyle, so you can do some with your hair down, some with your hair up. Whatever you need, think about it before and plan it out so you've got the stuff that you need with you. If you want to change your t-shirt halfway through, for example, you might want to do that, or do the shots twice with different clothing, one light, one dark. You can change the clothing colour later. I'll show you that in Canva. But it's not perfect, so it's never going to be as perfect as actually having different clothes. So if you want to do that, just think about it before as well. And that's really it. Those are the considerations you need to make before you start. Now let's get into actually shooting the shots.
1. Serious. 2. Surprised. 3. Excited. 4. Thinking. Look right. 5. Thinking. Look left. 6. Confident. 7. Angry. 8. Shocked. 9. Laughing. 10. Confused. 11. Cheer. 12. Facepalm. Look left. 12. Facepalm. Look right. 13. Worried. Eyes closed. 13. Worried. Eyes open. 14. Double thumbs up. 14. Thumbs up, left hand. 14. Thumbs up, right hand. 15. Sad, look left. 15. Sad, look right. 16. Secret, left hand. 16. Secret, right hand. 17. Mind blown. 18. Shrug, head tilted left. 18. Shrug, head tilted right. 19. Whisper, left hand. 19. Whisper, right hand. 20. Side profile, left side. 20. Side profile, right side. 21. Determined. 22. Oh no. 23. Happy. 24. Subtle smile. 25. Embarrassed smile. 26. Single point and smile, left side. 26. Single point and smile, right side. 27. Single point looking shocked, left side. 27. Single point looking shocked, right side. 28. Double point and smile, left side. 28. Double point and smile, right side. 29. Double point looking shocked, left side. 29. Double point looking shocked, right side. 30. double point towards camera, smile. 31. Uncle Sam, left side. 31. Uncle Sam, right side. 32. Hold an object in your hand. Single hand, left side. Look towards the camera. 32. Hold an object in your hand. Single hand, left side. Look towards the object. 32. Hold an object in your hand. Single hand, right side. Look towards the camera. 32. Hold an object in your hand. Single hand, right side. Look towards the object. 33. Hold an object in your hand. Both hands, left side. Look towards the camera. 33. Hold an object in your hands. Both hands, left side. Look towards the object. 33. Hold an object in your hands. Both hands, right side. Look towards the object. 33. Hold an object in your hands. Both hands towards the camera. 34. Single point upwards, left side. 34. Single point upwards, right side. 35. Double point down, look towards the camera. 35. Double point down, look downwards. 36. Double point up, look towards the camera. 36. Double point up, look upwards.
'Okay guys, over in Canva then, let's create a quick thumbnail using our thumbnail library. So you want to click on projects and then you want to right click somewhere or click add new and select folder. We will call it test 1 and press continue. So once we've created a folder, you'll find it under folders. I created this folder just now, but here is one that I've already uploaded the files to. So let's just click into that. Now what you can do is once you've clicked into the folder, you're going to have nothing here. So all you're going to need to do is grab all the files and drag them over into here to have them upload. And once they're uploaded, you'll be ready to go. So now what we're going to do is we're going to click on projects and we're going to click designs. And then I'm going to right click in a space and I'm going to press design. And up here you can search. And so I've already got YouTube thumbnail here because I've searched for it before. If you just type YouTube thumbnail, you'll get this 1280 x 720. Click that one to open it up. And here we have a blank thumbnail at the perfect size for YouTube. On the left here, you can see you've got a number of templates. We're not going to use any of those. We're going to just create our own. So the next thing to do is click on elements. And in this box, we're going to type gradient background dark. You can type whatever you like, but that's what I'm going to put in. And then we're going to go to Photos and See All. And we're just basically going to take a background from here. We can take any one. I'll just take this random blue one. Once you left click on it, it will put it into the window. And then if you right click on the image and then set image as background, it will fill the entire screen with your image. Great. Now we're going to go over here to the left in Projects. We're going to select Folders. And we're going to select our thumbnail library, whichever one you created. For me, it was this one here. And I'm going to find a thumbnail that I want to use. I'll take this one here. Okay, so we just drag it in. And then what we can do is background remover. Just click, make sure the thumbnail is selected and press background remover. Now what you might notice if you're eagle-eyed is that, I'm just going to center that up, is that on my sleeve here, if I hold down Control and zoom in a little, you can see on my sleeve I've got some white fluff. And that's more visible in some of the other pictures than it is in this one. But if you want to get rid of that, I'll show you how. So if you've got a mistake or something on your face or whatever that you want to get rid of, all you need to do is go and click on Tools. Then you click on Draw. You click on Pen. And then you're going to click this color icon here. And you're going to select this Add New Color. Down here you've got this eyedropper tool which says Pick a Color. We're going to click on that. And what you want to do is click somewhere near the object, but on the color of your shirt. So somewhere like there. Okay, and what that does is it selects the color of the shirt and adds it to the pen. Now if we zoom in a little more, holding down Control and using our mouse wheel, what we can do now is we can just start to draw over this area. And I think you can see there that the offending bit of fluff has now disappeared. Now if we zoom back out again, no fluff. Great stuff. Go back to Select over on the left here and then close that menu. Here we have the area that I drew over. And what you want to do is you want to draw a box around, before you do anything else, draw a box around the image of me plus the thing you've edited. And then you want to press Group. Because now you've grouped that together. When you move this image around, it's all grouped together. So it moves the added drawing that you did to take away the little bit of fluff. So that's important. Okay, next thing to do is edit our image. So if we click on the image again and we go to Edit, first thing we can do is add a shadow. So we're going to click under Effects, we're going to click Shadow. And I'm going to select a drop shadow. You can select a glow, for example, if you want yourself to stand out with a glow all around you. But I'm just going to select a drop shadow, and you see that adds a shadow around my head and around my hand here and stuff, and on this side. So it's shadows on the right side basically of the image. What that does is it moves the image slightly because it adds a shadow underneath. So then you just need to drag it back down until you're happy with it. I might just make it slightly bigger. Okay, and then what we want to do is select our image and press Edit. And if we go to Adjust, this is where you can change the tone and the lighting and everything. So, for example, if I take the temperature, you can see that it makes my skin a different color. You can press Auto Adjust and test that out to see if it makes it look any good. It's not too bad, I guess. Sometimes it's better than others, but that looks okay. One thing I might do is just go down here and take the sharpness up a little bit to make myself more clear. I think that looks pretty okay. So we'll just go with that for the purpose of this tutorial, but you can play around with this as much as you want to get the right effects. Okay, next thing we want is to add a text box. So we're going to just scroll up. You see there's a little bar here. And once we've scrolled up, we can see here that we have text. So we're going to click on that. And then we're going to add a text box. Now, first thing I'm going to do is make that bigger. I'm going to make it 90. And the next thing I'm going to do is try and change the color to white. And then I'm going to change the font to something else. Let's just take, I don't know, Horizon we could take, I guess. Now it's quite big because of that font. So I'm going to take that down a bit. There we go. Let's actually take Poppins. And now all I'm going to do here is I'm going to delete this text and I'm going to type in something. Okay, and then we can just zoom out a little bit. Okay, and then maybe we want to add in some sort of element. I don't know, let's add in this one here. You can type YouTube logo up here and you'll get a bunch of them, but I've already used this one. You can just drop that in somewhere. I don't know, just make it a bit bigger maybe. And then we can right click on it, layer, send backwards, put it behind me a little bit and behind the text. And maybe we want another one, I don't know, over there. Make it a bit bigger, right click, layer, send backwards. There we go. Very quick, very basic. Not saying that's a good design. I'm just giving you an example of what you can do, because what I wanted to show you now is that with our photo here, obviously you can resize that if you want to. If you go back to projects and you go back to your library, and let's say you decided, well, that wasn't the right one. I want this one instead. All you got to do is drag a photo onto the other photo and it'll automatically remove the background for you, add all the shadow and stuff. Basically just replaces your image. So, okay, didn't like that one. Let's put that one in instead. So you can basically test out a whole bunch of different things here. And, you know, if I brought that now to the front, for example, it kind of sits on my hand now. I could make it, if I wanted to spend the time, I could make it so that it's actually my thumb comes around it and everything, but I can't be bothered because it's just the tutorial about how you can use these thumbnails. But you see how quick it is now for us to fix all of these elements because we have the image already loaded up and we've got so many of them now to use. You've seen we've already used about 3 of them already. And, you know, try a different one. There we go. So you can make so many thumbnails now so quickly because you have all these images and you don't need to think about it. You've just got everything you could possibly want and more. And you can't go wrong. Just to give you an example, I can go over to this window here and I've got a few thumbnails that I've made quickly. I spent about 2 minutes on each of these just to, you know, basically make thumbnails super fast because of this library. So I'll just flick through some of them. You can have a look. This is a different thumbnail library that I used of when I shot them against the wall, the blank wall that I have in my house. You can see here, I just made a ton of them. That one I actually did use, I think, in the end. But yeah, you can just make over and over and over. And I'm not saying these are the best designs or anything like that, but it's just so quick, 2 minutes each, job done, because of this thumbnail library. There's another one that I did as well. So yeah, I hope that's been helpful, guys. That should save you a ton of time and take a lot of the stress out of creating thumbnails. It did for me, and I hope it does for you. If you're interested in more videos like this, tips and tutorials on growing on YouTube and being a new creator, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you in the next video, which should be posted up the top of the screen. Take care, thanks for watching.